Hello and welcome back to the Magic Sponge. I'm on time today. I was very late last week. Ian Smith, you're here.
Yeah, hello.
You good?
Yeah, I'm alright.
You seem positive.
Yeah, no, I've got a colourful shirt on and full of beans.
Fair enough.
Beans for breakfast.
No Jimmy Bullard. We don't know why. He's phoned.
Has he not given a reason?
Well, has he given a reason? No reason. He said he just texted the producer when I'm struggling for Thursday.
He got a late shout for a game of golf at the London Club, I heard.
Really?
And he's bombed us out for that.
Oh,
okay,
what?
so a scoop there from John Salako, who's not been introduced yet. Go on, Salaks. Salaks, anyone call you Salaks?
Salad?
Salad?
I don't know, Jonny Salad. It just
Johnny Salad.
Johnny Salad.
John Salako, Johnny Salad.
Sounds like a superhero. or something.
Wrighty and Brighty used to call me Flick. So I
Flick?
did love a trick and a flick when I was a kid, yeah. So
That's better than Jonny Salad.
Yeah, but the fans, it's mad. But if you look at my signature, my autograph looks like toe salad. But I don't know if it's got anything to do with that. But
No,
the
Johnny
Johnny
Salad.
Salad, that it just
But not
stuck.
Fair
Salaks.
enough.
Gary Wilmot, I had to get rid of that early on. They used to call me Gary Wilmot early on.
What did you get called Gary Wilmot?
Because I thought, do you not remember the old comedian Gary Wilmot?
Oh!
He's old school.
He do look a bit like...
He was funny back in the shows. I'm showing
You do
my
look a
age.
bit
Yeah, I'm
like
showing.
him. Anyway, Salaks or Johnny Salad or Flick, whatever we call it. No Jimmy Bullard. Is that all right? You
Gutted.
Gutted.
Love Jimmy.
It'd be a bit of a calmer, nicer.
But
vibe.
yeah, we've got a lovely
We've
team
got-
there. Do you know what?
The star of Series 1, the man that set us up and got the ball rolling, Mr. Sam Parkin.
Woo!
Hello, chaps.
You're back.
I know, I've already told you in reception I feel a little bit like Jermaine Defoe. 3 years in the abyss.
He's got the collar.
On the beach yesterday, I was down the south coast, got the fax through from the FA. You're back in, son.
Kevin Gallen is in therapy, but he didn't get a call.
Kevin Gallen, who's been on this show slaughtering everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah, nobody's had a really peppered Kev back, but I played with Kev, so.
Anything to say about Kevin Gallen? Kevin Gallen normally steps in for Jimmy Bullard.
Oh, okay.
But we thought we'd give Sam Parkin a run out.
Are you next series of Love Island? You're looking fit there.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
look ready.
You do look great, Sam.
It's a problem watching Love Island, isn't it? I think the first few nights you watch it with your better half and you kind of forget that everyone's 21, don't you? And, you know, I was half decent when I was in the Palais, Hammersmith Palais, back when I was 21, but now, not so much, do you know what I mean? It's a lot of jealousy rages the first few nights of Love Island.
It's just hard to watch it though because it's just there's too many girls in bikinis. I cannot concentrate what's happening just because it's just girls in bikinis. What was it like playing? What was it like playing for England?
It was incredible. It was just the best thing ever. I think when I was young, that was the dream. That was the pinnacle. And I think
New Zealand twice.
I always remember driving, just being in that squad, turning up with Shearer and Lineker and Pearce and.
Yeah.
But the worst thing was the first day I got involved with the cards, didn't I? I got involved with the 3-card brand. I was like 20 grand down in the first day.
And I suppose as well, the established ones are on silly money as well.
Yeah, no, they were betting stupid money.
Colin Palmer in the squad as well.
Colin! Hey, Colin! Do I not like that? You know, Graham, calm down. No, Carlton was... Carlton was a character.
Yeah.
He was a brilliant character. I mean,
In what way was he just fun? Or was he a bit
Yeah, he
loopy?
was completely outrageous. You know, he would do some crazy stuff. He was the kind of guy who would we would go out drinking and he would get a wad of 50s and bang it on people's heads and go, "Oi, you peasant, look at my wad."
Really? What, just the random people?
I swear, yeah. It was just
Oh,
crazy.
peasant.
And this guy,
Imagine that if there was like
This guy had
camera
a-
phones then.
yeah, this guy had a go at him. He was like, "Who do you think you are?" I said, "Shut your mouth, right? Get your car, put it in the back of my Range Rover, and I'll take you home."
Thunderbird.
I thought Carlton Palmer always looked really polite.
Yeah.
No, Carlton was outrageous. He had a few beers, and he was a good lad. He was a good laugh.
Was he hard? Would he have a fight?
He was tough, Carlton. He had
Yeah.
great big legs, little peanut head.
All the things you need to be a fighter.
Yeah.
It must have been hard if
it
he's
was,
slapping 50s on people's heads.
It was outrageous.
You've got to have some
it
confidence.
was just the lads sort of having a drink and getting a little bit carried away, but he was funny.
Was that with Paul Robinson in Edinburgh? We went out for a drink with him, and he was just, when he was ordering that hot dog, he was just throwing that money at that.
Yeah, and also it started raining. Someone walks by with an umbrella. She's like, "How much for that umbrella? I give you 40 quid." It's like, I took a 40 quid umbrella off someone.
Did he buy an umbrella for 40
I
quid?
think so. Because
Yeah,
there's two
I did.
people who are like, all right then, and then just like
It was so bad. It was so bad. It's like
Yeah.
David Batty. We were out, and a couple of lads just start on there, and they were having a go. And he was like, "Do you know what? We're out having a drink. Do you mind? Just leave us alone." He's like, "We pay your wages, by the way." And he went, "What? Fuck, you must be loaded." And the lad was like, "Don't take the piss. I can do anything you can do." And he was like, "Really?" She got out a £50 note, lit it, and went, "Can you do that?"
He lives in a
The lads are
caravan
just
now,
like that.
David Batty, didn't he?
What?
I heard he just lives in a
Really?
caravan.
No,
Like-
no
He's
way.
regretting
not
Shut up.
No, but got money. He's not spent it all, but just like in
Just a nice caravan.
I heard someone talking about him the other day. He has just disappeared off the face of the earth. But he was supposedly like that. The lads would be coming off the... I don't know, you know better than me, John, but the lads would be coming off the training ground and he'd just drive past in his motor, in his training kit.
But
sitting
it wouldn't
there.
have. It wouldn't change
Oh,
with none of that.
he's a good lad though, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was
good
a
lad, but
nice
just
lad. Yeah,
not interested in football
quite,
at all.
quiet lad.
Yeah.
I suppose a few pints changes you a little bit. But...
Yeah, he starts setting fire to 50s. Before we crack on with that, John, we should say, Sam, what have you been up to in the last 3 years?
We've 3 years, isn't it?
Yeah.
Unreal. I've just been waiting for the call, to be completely frank. I've been sitting there watching the grass grow in the garden. No, you set me off, I think.
You've got your own podcast, didn't you?
I've got my own podcast,
What's
yeah.
it called? Do you want to give it a shout out?
I've forgotten what it's called.
You
I've
haven't,
actually
mate.
forgotten what it's called.
Oh, dear.
How long have you been doing
It's
it?
been a while, about 2 years. Here we go. I'll get it up.
You sure not hosting? Sorry, I haven't a
I'll get it
clue.
up. It's called... it's been a while since
Come
we've
on,
done one.
mate. This is...
Are you looking
doing
through
it
the
with
chats?
It's been a while since we've done Hanging Up the Boots podcast, sorry. Hanging Up the Boots. It has been about 6 months since we've done one.
I think it's changed. Life after football, hanging up your boots. There you go.
It's with Danny Gabardon and
Yep.
Reece Weston. So Reece was a former teammate of mine. Gab's obviously
Yeah.
great career. So it's a bit more serious than this gig.
Yeah.
But
what are you trying to say? Not serious?
no,
You
it's
said a
not
chat
really.
about Colin Palmer, didn't
Yeah,
you,
that
John?
was good. That was the most insightful stuff I've heard from 3 series. That was very, very nice. But that's just a little thing we've been doing in our spare time. And other than that, done a lot of me old stomping ground Swindon, so BBC in the West, bit with
Yeah.
BBC London, bit with Chelsea. But it's been good.
All over the place,
It's,
Sam. Media mogul.
Tough going. As
Just trying to remember the name of it, innit?
I know, yeah. I know, that's embarrassing. The lads are destroying me there.
Right, let's talk about Crystal Palace.
Sorry.
John
So
Salako,
sorry.
Crystal Palace. We brought it like breaking into the first team. Was that your first club?
Yeah, joined Palace at 13. So I signed apprentice under Steve Coppell, 28 at 16.
And Wrighty and Brighty were there.
So not then.
They came later.
So we had a couple of seasons where you had people like Jim Cannon, Mickey Droy,
Yeah.
Trevor Aylott, old school, Steve Ketteridge.
And I've read in Ian Wright's book, they were a bit funny with the new lads coming in.
Yeah, they were really old school, old
Yeah.
bunch of lads. And Stevie Coppell came in and just revamped it. It was
Yeah.
amazing. So he kind of cleared everyone out. And then he just brought in this young, new generation of play. And really, Jeff Thomas, John Pemberton, Andy Gray came in. We bought Nigel Martin from Bristol Rovers, first £1 million goalkeeper. All people, and then Wrighty turned up. He came.
Yeah.
He
was he quite
trialling.
quiet when he first come? Because it was his last chance.
Because Wrighty was like 21. He'd been trialling everywhere, and I was in the reserves at the time. And he came, and he was just, this scruffy, wiry, young black guy who was just really straight off the street, fast, but he was just, he was completely just didn't. He couldn't play. He just didn't have any game. He was rough as, but he was just a ball of energy, ball of fire, was fast, and, you could see he had something. And at the time, I could just remember Stevie Cobb was just like, look, saw something in him, thought, right, give him a chance, £100 a week, cash in hand, will, come and play for us for a bit.
Yeah.
And he just took it on. It gave him that platform, and you could see him just grow.
Yeah.
And he just training every day and just having a home. And then, he got his chance, scored on his debut and just never looked back. And, I've never seen anyone in football embrace it and want it as much as Wrighty.
His improvement was huge.
my-
Every year. When he was
my-
getting to retiring age, he was still getting better.
Wow. But I've never seen anyone dedicate themselves so much, and just the desire, just watching it and taking that on board. And obviously Brighty calmed him down when Brighty came from Stoke.
Yeah.
Brighty was just that foil for him that just could talk him through it, and they just bonded and grew from there. So.
Was it strange as well being sort of like a group of like black lads coming into predominantly more of an old school white team?
Yeah.
Was it hard at the start?
No, not really. I can remember. Do you remember Ron Nose, the chairman at the time? Ron needed a spokesman, really.
He wasn't very PC.
Yeah, he put out a statement saying you needed a strong white boys to get the black guys through the winter type thing. But it wasn't kind of how he meant it.
Yeah.
But no, the guys, it was amazing, really, because I don't know, we just got on with it. We didn't have a problem with cold weather, really, or the black guys didn't. But I mean, Jeff and the boys.
Ian Wright was from Brockley, which is about 2 miles from Crystal Palace. Not much of a climate shift.
But there was a good, there was, I think it must have been 6 or 7 or 5 or 6 players were black South London lads, which was brilliant.
Yeah,
it was great at the time. I think Tony Finnegan was playing at the time. There was me, Shawsey, Wrighty, Brighty.
What about Wally
I think
Downs?
Gary Thompson was around.
Was he there?
Yeah, well, Wally.
We've had him on the. Have you met Wally before?
I know his lad's a good mate of mine.
Yeah, he's
his
a
son.
bit of a wild one though, Wally. Even.
Yeah, well, like my brother's big mates of his boy, and my brother's petrified of the old man.
Everyone is. I'm a Walter. You went for a pint with him. You're like, oh god.
Sal will know Wally better than me, the Wally senior, but for all the stories, very bright. Very quick.
Yeah.
Compare him and his son's exactly the same. Very talented journalist, his boy.
Oh, yeah.
But little one-liners, very, very bright. And I think sometimes in a dressing room, he dominate people, but not by being a bully, but by being very, very quick and very sharp and very intelligent.
Well, Wally was the crazy gang.
Yeah.
He was the one that started it. He was incredible. And then he came to Palace. And I think he lived at the training ground for a little while. I think he was sleeping in the boot room for a little while, but he got himself together. But very talented coach, really strong-minded. I mean, the biggest thing with breaking into that team at the time was it was a strong dressing room. It was real dog-eat-dog world. It was kind of like you came in there and, it was so fierce. And
did you ever fight with one of the senior pros?
No. Do you know what happened? I was at the first team game once. Well, I probably did it all the time, but I was like, these lot are rubbish. Fucking useless. I should be playing. Look at Steve Galloway. He's rubbish. Trevor Ray lot. These lot of... So anyway, going Monday morning, like the boot room opens, a couple of the senior pros walk in, door shuts. Right, you. I heard you were fucking slagging me off on Saturday, weren't you? You giving me stick? Got proper bashed up.
Did you?
Really?
Proper bashed up.
Filled you in the boot room?
Yeah, you don't bloody
hell.
slag me off on a Saturday in front of the fans and who do you think you are, you little... And proper, proper. I didn't do it again.
No, I bet you didn't.
No.
Did you not want to
Fucking
seek
hell.
retribution, or did you just... No.
You just took it. It was the days when you came in, you had your
Sounds
guys...
like Sandhurst.
You were boot boy, you had three pros, they would come in, you'd get them a cup of tea, a cup of coffee, you'd go and get their kit,
Yeah.
you'd sort them out, whatever they wanted. You were like proper dog's body.
So
And you
different
looked
to
after
now,
them.
isn't it?
Yeah,
They're treated like
And
they
that's
get
where-
like their Adidas sponsorship deal at 15. Talking about like the change in dressing room because you were first team coach of Crystal Palace.
Yes.
That's what you was doing last year.
the year before, yeah.
Year before, sorry, with Pardew.
Yes.
And Pardew is your mate, Pardew?
Yeah, Alan came from non-league.
Because he gets a lot of stick on this podcast. You should be aware.
Yeah, around the time when Wrighty and all those guys came, Alan sort of came. He was sort of at Yeovil, non-league. He was top boy. Because Palace used to pick up a lot of
Does
guys
he love
from
himself?
non-league. What, Mr. Chocolate?
Jimmy calls him Chocolado.
I wouldn't. Yeah, no, he did. He does try to eat himself. No, do you know what? Alan came, and Alan was brilliant because he wasn't like a fantastic player, but he was fit, and he just came in. He embraced his opportunity to earn, a little bit of money to do what he always wanted to do, and he really has done incredibly well. Sort of coming from non-league, came into the team, wasn't a top player. Obviously scored that goal in the semi-final against Liverpool that he'll always be sort of famous for. But he wasn't a top player. But what he was great in the dressing room. He was like Mr. Entertainment's officer. He used to always organise the nights out. Get all the boys together, and that was so important.
But he was popular in the squad.
He was really popular. Yeah,
So-
it was.
You were the first team coach in the FA Cup final.
Yeah.
When he did the dance.
But look,
so you're
he-
sitting there on the
Yeah.
bench. Your team's gone 1-0 up. So you're going to be the first team coach of potentially an FA Cup winning team, underdog coming from behind, scoring the first goal, and then you go, yeah, you're celebrating. What do you think when you see the dance? Did you know he was going to do the dance?
No. We didn't
You've
mention.
never seen that dance
There's
before?
no way he's gone, hey guys, have a look at this. I'll do this if
I
we
mean,
score.
we stayed at the Grove for the semis and the final, and you always have dinner the night before, and he didn't mention it.
No.
He didn't mention it when it happened.
So so talk me through you. You're there. You'll watch the goal go and you're celebrating. Did you see it live?
I did not see. I did not see this. What is this?
You saw it.
Do you know what? It was so funny because we went in. It was 2 or 3 days later. We were back in the training ground, and all the staff. So it was me, Keith Millen, Andy Woodman, and some of the sports science guys. And we were playing it on the video, and we were like, right, we need to put this on the big screen. So when we have the team meeting, we're going to play it and go, Gaffer, do you want to explain?
Yeah, when you're doing like going through the game.
What the fuck was this all about?
Talk me through it.
You cost us the cup final, Gaffer.
Do you think it did?
So we've got
when
this.
I saw him dance, because I'm a Man United fan, I saw the goal and then I saw the dance. I was like, we're going to win this.
Did you think it cost you?
There's no
Did you
way.
think it cost you the cup final?
It's jinxing it.
Do you know what? What I honestly think. Do you know what? I mean, obviously, Alan signed me. I was in the Premier League with Charlton, but I wasn't playing. I wanted to play, and Alan was with Reading.
Yeah.
And him and Martin
On
Allen.
that for the mark.
Martin Allen came to take me on loan. So I went to Reading on loan. So I played under Pards at Reading, and because when he signed me, he sort of said I wanted a few experienced players to come in to match with the young lads like James Harper. There was Sidwell and people like that, and Stevie Hunt, and so I can remember we were training. We had a double session one day, and it was funny. It was getting dark and that, and I was like, said to one of the lads, "Anyone got 50p for the meter?" And he over. And he pulled me and said, Sal, come on, don't undermine me here. I need to get these lads
On board, yeah.
And it was funny. So I got to know him there, but how he's grown as a manager, and he's had to do that. I am a Tiger bit. I am good enough to be here, and you need to do that. You need to be on that track. And I think with that incident, without a doubt, he would have said, right, if we score and it's late on, I'm going to do this little jig. I think.
But why do you think he does that? Just because he likes the attention, or he likes to express? He's just an extrovert.
I think in his own mind, and this is the thing. His attention to detail. He's a brilliant manager, by the way.
Yeah,
he's fantastic. He knows the game, and he's really good. And that's part of his attention to detail. But part of that, I am Alan Pardew. It is all about me.
Captain Chocolate. Yeah, so he's the centre of
kind of
attention.
like, I am the boss. I am the leader of this team. It is about me. And when we score late on, it was that script, because that's what we were thinking.
Because then it's all.
That was our game plan.
Won't be on the goal scorer. It's all on him because he's done the dance.
Our game plan was completely hoping that Man United would have an off day. They had everything going on. Van Gaal was, it was his last game, isn't it? The team was disjointed. Rooney was playing midfield. We thought, if we can stop Fellaini, Martial has a bit of an off game. He's not on it. Rashford, is good. But if we stop those players playing, we make it a horrible, tight, ugly game, and we can win this 1-0. And when we scored sort of 70, 72 minutes, 1-0, we're like, whoa, this is it. And Pards must have been thinking, time for the jig.
But then do you think it cost you the final?
Yeah, it should be concentrating, because what we should have done was, he should have been saying to someone, right, go down. Go and hold your leg for 5 minutes. Just kill the game. Like Mile Jedinat or the keeper, just go down like the Italians do. Or
if they've seen that,
the experienced players.
Mate.
Yeah.
Rooney's standing there going, fucking dancing, and then you make sure you get your back up, doesn't it?
No, you were like that. What just happened? What was that? What did you just do? What did you do?
Was there a Tuesday club at Crystal Palace? Is that correct?
There was, yes. I mean, back in the day,
was you a big drinker, or was you quite sensible?
Andy Thorne. No, do you know what? You go out and have a few beers. You know, it wasn't like they were proper. If you talk about Mark Dennis, Gary Thompson, Andy Thorne, that old school of Jeff Pards. That but there was an old. It was you'd go straight after training on a Tuesday, 2:00. You'd be in there, and you'd be trying to back your car out of the car park at 2:00 in the morning. No. That's a joke, by the way. Don't drink and drive, it's not big or clever.
And so Pards was a big part of the Tuesday club, but he got out a lot.
See, was Collymore.
Was Collymore right about it?
Stan's a weird one actually. Stan came about when he was 17, and arguably, the first week, right? This young lad turns up from Stafford, best player I'd ever seen. Best left foot, right foot.
It was like Ronaldo when he was.
I swear,
yeah.
Ronaldo. He had skills. He could head the ball. He was fast. He was strong. I was like, wow, what have we got here? And then the problem was, it was such a fierce dressing room, and then Wally got into him.
All right.
He came a little bit cocky, and they, they
tried to knock him down a peg or two.
Yeah, but because there was once in training, I think we were doing a circle or something. Wally was in there, and something happened, and he was just caning Stan, and we're like, Stan, you got to knock him out. And Wally's like, if you hit me, you better knock me out, because otherwise I'm gonna rip you to pieces. And Stan just shit himself and didn't hit him. And it was sort of
Stan hit him?
Yes, no, he didn't hit him. He should have. It's like the bully.
He should have
really should have torn into him, and then they'd have had a scrap.
He's a big bloke. He would have beaten
Stan could have taken him.
Yeah, Wally's not. I mean, he's probably quite hard, but he's not. I don't know. Was your fault, Wally?
No, I wouldn't want it.
I mean, Wally's proper mad dog. You wouldn't.
Oh right,
yeah, you wouldn't know.
Like Joe Pesci.
Yeah, he's like, Wally.
He'll come back.
Yeah, Wally could and look after himself. So, and then after that, he had to go. It was just
a bit too much.
Yeah, no more credibility.
Oh, because he lost. Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, he was.
Did you have a match experience with Stan Collymore?
I played against him in a tournament a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
And
is he still playing? He's still.
Well, he was playing for a Liverpool side, and because of my first few years, Frank Sinclair got me on the Chelsea team. He was in the Caribbean. It was a nice little. I don't know why. Frank called me up and dressed up. Do you want to come away for a week? Caribbean, first class. Frank, why are you even ringing me? Put my name down somewhere.
Yeah.
Tell me what time I've got to be at the South Terminal. Yeah. And the Chelsea lads were just all young boys. Frank was the gaffer, so he just picked a few lads that had legs and could still drink. And the Liverpool team was stellar. I mean, Patrick Berger, Tony Warner was there in goal, Stan Collymore. Who else was there?
All in the Caribbean.
Vladimir Smitsa. I mean, they had a serious team, Liverpool. They battered Chelsea, and Stan got about 10, 15 goals in the tournament. I mean, Rolls Royce as a player still either foot, and I had one of those where it came out of the sky, and I thought I could probably just usher him out here, and I just bounced. I'm a big lad myself. He just absolutely threw me on the deck and pinged one in the top corner. But it was obviously just a social, brilliant for me.
Yeah,
I was around these proper stars, and I was I was a journeyman player myself. I'm around these proper players, and
Stop it! We're going to burst into tears.
Do you feel a little bit when you get invited to those things? You sort of turn up and do you sort of go, "Oh God!" Are you excited by it, or do you think, "Oh fuck"?
Yeah, you feel. Yeah, I felt like a little bit of a chance on the way, but I know I can hold myself on the night out, and everyone will.
So you can win them back on the night out.
Win them round after it bouncing off my shin in the football. Yeah, bouncing out of play.
He can't trap it. He's good,
these lads down. Yeah.
And Coleman, he was another player you played with. He's done well as manager as well.
Yeah, he's done tremendously well. Obviously, he had the incident, obviously driving that, when he shouldn't have been, and nearly killed himself. But he was lucky because it's because a neighbour. He's like, he's in his car, and really the fire brigade were going to chop his leg off to get him out of the car.
Oh, really?
And it was only because one of his neighbours recognised his car, stopped, and said he's a Premier League footballer. So they spent a bit more time and didn't, but he was done. His leg was done.
I'm going to have that on my badge. I'll just wear a badge of that in case I'm in an accident. Come on, look, we've got dinner in for 10, just get him out and chop it off.
Yeah, otherwise.
Give me a bit more time, will you?
It shows you, didn't it? Otherwise they would have taken it off and...
But
luckily...
I didn't know that.
Do you know what?
I'm going to wear a little badge. I'm a Premier League footballer. Yeah. If you cut me out this car, let's take a bit of time about it. Ian, have you got a quotes quiz? For John and Sam.
So we've got a little. This is
as your media guys, as well as coaching. You both do a bit of the punditry. So this is your quiz.
It's a bit like the thing they do on "Have I Got News for You," finishing off the old quote. Well, I don't think so. Technically, anyone can do that.
I don't pull Merton on my case. Or Hislop.
Basically, one of these is from you, the first one. I'm gonna say a quote, and then I'll say ... And you've got to guess what comes after it.
How do you make everything sound so complicated?
I fucking
finish the quote.
Right, you've got to finish the quote.
He's going to tell you said it, say the start of the quote, and then you've got to guess
it.
Famous football quotations, are they?
Have you got...
It's a bit like...
Turn yours over, Rob, and you can get involved
No, but I haven't got the end bit. I've only got the beginning.
No, they're all on there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I not like that?
Okay.
Graham Taylor.
You can't do your own questions. This has taken so long to set up.
Yeah,
sorry. Here we go. The fun's about to start. John Salako. No one has more legs than Park, and no one has more what?
Heart. Sir Alex Ferguson.
No.
No one has
heart than Roy Keane.
No one has more legs than Park, and no one has more what?
Bollocks.
I can't help you.
You said this.
Hansden.
Oh, John said this. Sorry.
You actually said this, John.
No, I said it.
Yeah.
No one has more legs than Park, and no one has more.
I'd say lungs than Rooney.
Right.
Ah.
No one's got more
Park
lungs
G
than
Sub,
Rooney.
is that, is it?
Yeah.
How many
okay.
lungs has Rooney got, John?
Oh.
I'd go to hunch 2 on a guess. And you're right. No one has got more lungs than him.
Yeah.
You might have legs.
He's got
to
the
be fair.
heart the size of a dustbin lid as well. Did I say that?
It's not on here.
It should have been on
You
this.
could have done. You could have
Right,
done.
what's the next?
Ron Atkinson, I'm going to make a prediction.
This is going to be the end of my career. This next line.
Prediction, something about I don't know. It'll be a win,
I'm going to make a prediction.
draw, or defeat, or something like that.
You're not far from
Yeah.
that.
Oh, go on, Parkin. Look at him breaking it down.
Yeah.
Is it about Desai?
No, no.
We're swerving that
Yeah,
one.
we thought we'd avoid that one.
You might
I'll tell
get,
you what.
you might
I'll
get
tell
one.
you what. When I played under Ron, he always used to do this one where he'd say, "Oh, this is John Salako, one of our wingers. He's magical." He says every time he crosses that line at 3 o'clock, he disappears. It's not funny, Gaffer. It's
Oh,
not.
I was waiting for something racist. I was like,
I was really
just
tense.
generic banter.
I was like,
what's going on here? Like,
yeah.
oh,
After the 5th time he told that one, that's true. It's
But
not
that's a
funny.
bit of a weird feature of a manager to say to his player, isn't it?
No, he used to just say it as a joke to people.
fucking hell.
And with the Big Ron thing, so you got on really well with Big Ron and that, and his comments, you know, the sort of the racist comments. Is
Yeah,
it
it
sort
was.
of? What's your thoughts on that?
It wasn't Big Ron. It was an old school comment, like
Yeah.
that old school, that era, that age. You know, those kind of guys. There was certain things.
You know,
that
deep down, he's not a racist.
Yeah, there were
person,
certain
it was
things
just
that were still said, a bit like Ron Nodes, or you know, there were things that people said, and there was no way he shouldn't have said that.
Of course.
But it was something that could easily be said. He said it in confidence. He said it off air.
Yeah.
But you know, it's one of those things where you'd say to him, Ron, you can't say that. He's like, well, what do I mean? There was
And
no
if
way.
he's like,
Ron,
oh.
Ron was no way racist. I mean, we had, you know, Peter and Love there. He signed Neil Lamptey, the Ghanaian player. Who else?
I think it's a shame because sometimes if someone's not racist but it is a racist comic, it can like literally tarnish them forever, and it's they shouldn't
Yeah,
say it.
unfortunately,
They just,
that did-
it's-
that-
you just can't say that sort of
No,
thing on
that did
national
tarnish
telly.
it.
And even because it's fine if you know them, but then if you would have gone like anyone there would have gone, you can't say that, Ron. But like if it's been put on air, it's one of those things the channel have to say
Yeah.
this is not acceptable.
No.
You know, and broadcast that kind of thing. But it's just a shame. But you know. Just don't say it, Ron.
Yeah, Ron.
Just don't say that word, Ron.
Ron.
First rule of
Gaffer,
broadcast,
yeah,
don't say that word.
What was his quote though?
Yeah.
Is it racist? Is it racist?
I'm going to make a prediction. Ron Atkinson.
Yeah.
What did he say?
I'm going to make a prediction. It could go either way.
There we go. There we go.
I think you. That's
Yeah,
a
I
point
was
for
halfway
you.
there, wasn't I?
So it's one for Sam. I'm going to score this.
Okay, this one I quite like. David Beckham said, I definitely want Brooklyn to be christened, but...
Oh, I've got to know this. I don't know what religion.
Yeah.
I'd like to know who his father is.
That's two for Sam.
Yeah.
But I don't know what religion did he say.
Yeah. Mark Draper, I'd like to play for an Italian club.
Oh, is it like Barcelona or something?
Yeah.
Is it actually that?
Yeah.
You give us
It's a word for word. Real Madrid
I'm
or
gonna-
Barcelona.
A point for Ron
I've got
Beckett.
one. Wicked. Was it actually Barcelona?
Yeah.
You've not seen, have I got news for you? We're supposed to say funny things before we get it on. We've got to go rotate around and think of a witty little comeback.
Sorry. I
is,
just really
Got
wanted
to
the
build it
point.
up.
Clinton Morrison. I'd been ill and hadn't trained for a week, and I'd been out of the team for 3 weeks, so I wasn't sharp. I got cramp before half time as well, but...
I'm not
I
pregnant.
still stuck a couple in
Yeah,
the
I was
onion
going to
bag.
say, yeah.
but I'm not one to make excuses. I'll tell you this one. John Lambie. Do you know John Lambie, manager?
I know the name. Got,
So this is after finding out a concussed player couldn't remember who he was. He said, "That's great. Tell him,
your
It's
Maradona.
old Pele or something.
tell him he's Pele and get him back on."
So
Different generation. Yeah, you just put him back on.
Wicked. Well, thank you for listening, everyone. Any suggestions for features, send them in. We'll probably ignore them. And thanks to Jonny Salad, John Salako.
Didn't even speak about Gaza.
Oh, what have you got?
Oh,
Have you got
tell
any
us
stories
about
on Gaza?
Gaza.
No, yeah, when I was in the England squad, we were in like we got in the jacuzzi, so there's like Incy, Wrighty. There was Paul Merson. Who was there? And anyway, they all got out one by one. Gascoigne, and I'm like busy youngster stretching, and I'm thinking, you know where. So I go in the dressing room and the change room, and it stinks, right? So I just pick up my t-shirt and shorts off the peg, go up to the dressing gown on, put the stuff down, and I'm there all night going. So I've got to sleep with the window open because it just doesn't smell right. So I get up in the morning, go down to breakfast, and Merce and Carlton and all those guys are there going, is it true? Guys are shouting your shorts. I'm like, no. So I'm like, ding. Going back to the room, there's literally flies in the room. He'd rolled the shorts up. He crapped in them and put them back on.
Oh, did you get him back?
No, I'm not like that. No.
Some players love shitting and stuff.
Yeah.
Why do players do that? What? I mean, players like
many.
you know, but you had people that
They love
did.
having a shit.
They'd go and leave like
One
a
at
log
every
in your
club.
bed.
There's
Like
one at every club.
they'd go and they'd leave one in your bed, or they'd do the toothbrush one where they'd give it a little, put it back in.
Or the freshly laundered kit, you know,
Seriously,
just coming in for the new day, looking forward to the session.
Yeah.
Someone's done a poo on your kit.
And there's one at every club.
One at
And
every-
you're a journalist. You've been around.
There's one at 13 different clubs. It's nationwide. I'll tell you that for nothing.
Thank you for listening. Don't forget to rate it and subscribe and share it with your mates. So the more listeners we get, the more likely we'll do them. Because Dave won't pay us to do it if you don't listen.
Are we not getting paid?
Well, yeah, we'll get paid, but we won't do another series. Don't worry, you'll get your £3. Thanks for listening. Bye. The Magic Sponge is a ... production for Dave, hosted by Rob Beckett, Jimmy Bullard and Ian Smith.
I've stretched marketing budgets since I got my first job 40 years ago. Now I'm retiring, I'm going to stretch the joints of my fellow retirees as a qualified yoga instructor.
Retirement is not an end. It's the start of something new. At Standard Life, we've been working with financial advisors to help Irish people enjoy their second lives their way for over 180 years. Whoever your pension is with, talk to your financial advisor today about choices you can make to live your best second life with Standard Life. There's a lot to look forward to. Standard Life Assurance Limited is authorised by the Prudential Regulation Authority in the UK and is regulated by the Central Bank of Ireland for conduct of business rules.